Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be a really fun video because I'm going to be sharing lots of inspiration, tons of new recipe ideas, and also several ways to stay on track this summer. I always have these big goals for summer. We're going to do all these things. It's not going to be chaotic. It's going to be, relaxing, such a great time with the kids. And if I do not put a lot of things in place to accomplish that, it's just not going to be our summer reality. Instead, things are going to be chaotic. There's going to be no routines. It'll kind of be a free-for-all, and then before we know it, we'll be going back to school in the fall, and I will have not accomplished basically anything that I wanted to, speaking from experience. So we are going to be really focusing on setting things in place, getting new routines set up, and I'm really excited for this video. I'm excited to take you guys along with me on this process, share all the tips, all the mom hacks, all the things. So let's go ahead and jump into it. I wanna hear you say all right, we are going to be going upstairs in just a moment, but before we do that, I do want to get a crock pot meal started. That's going to actually be dinner tonight, and also it'll make a ton, so it's going to double as like meal prep for throughout the week that we can grab on, especially because we are literally days away from our kids being out of school for the summer. And this is just one of the things, I'll kind of touch on it later, but this is one of the things that I want to do every week. Not specifically this meal, but one meal in general. So excuse all the mess surrounding me right now. We are going to come down and clean that, but I just want to get this going first so that I don't forget and it has enough time to cook. So we are going to first pull out our crock pot, and then I'll show you all the ingredients that we're going to need for this recipe. So what you're going to need for this recipe is a pork loin, some brown sugar, apple cider vinegar, some kind of hot sauce, of course salt and pepper, and then some cayenne pepper and red pepper flakes. And that is it. And you will need a slow cooker. And as always, all of the recipe cards will be over on my website as well as up on the screen so that you can screenshot that, print them off, save them to your phone, whatever, just for an easy way to keep the recipe and store it or save it for later. To start this off, we are just going to add our pork loin into our crock pot. Season it with salt and pepper, and then we'll put in about 1.5 cups of the apple cider vinegar. And then we're going to cook that, and then we will use actually the rest of the ingredients at like kind of towards the end. Also, can we just take a moment, like this is my first video I'm filming in our new kitchen. Obviously, you can probably see we don't have our backsplash, not yet. I think that we're gonna try to do that next week, so you guys will see that then, but I'm so excited, like things are coming together in here. So we used to live in North Carolina for actually only like 13 months, but that's where Luke was born. And I remember going to a friend's house for dinner and they made Carolina barbecue. And I'm typically not like the biggest barbecue fan. I've become, more interested in barbecue as I've gotten a little older, but I used to not be a fan of barbecue at all. And she was like, oh, we're making Carolina barbecue. And I was like, okay. And I went, and it was so delicious. Like, it's not like a really saucy barbecue, but it's a little tangy from the vinegar. It is just so incredible. So ever since then, that was like 12 years ago, and I have loved Carolina barbecue. So that's literally all you do to start. Put your pork loin in, put the apple cider in, season with salt and pepper. Then you're gonna cook it on low for about 8 hours or so until it's kind of starting to fall apart, and then we will add in the rest of the stuff. Also, I just want to say I got several of the beautiful appliances, like that's the name of them kind of, from Walmart. I'll link them down below, but I got them for Christmas and they have been such an upgrade to like all of my old ones. I love them so much. So, all right, we got our crock pot meal done. Next, we're actually going to go upstairs and I wanna go through some of the boys' clothes so that they're not having like 50 shirts or something that are just getting thrown around the house all summer long. I want to only keep the ones that really fit them and the ones that they use and kind of minimize that just a little bit to make summer laundry more attainable. And then once we're done with that, we will come down, tidy things up, and we'll get into all the recipes, lots of food prep, all the good stuff. All right, if you have kids, then you know how difficult it is for kids to keep their attention while you're going through their clothes and seeing what fits and what doesn't. And so I started doing this 10 years or something, forever I've been doing this. Basically, instead of pulling up everything, holding up everything to them, every item of clothing they have, what I do is I will find one item of each, so like one shorts, one pants, one long sleeve, one short sleeve, and then holding it up to them, having them try it on, and I basically find like what is the smallest size that will fit them, and then I know anything that's smaller than that they have outgrown. So last night I went through with all the boys and I found like this is Luke's shorts that fits. This is a shirt that I know is like, it's not really oversized on him, so it's pretty fitted. He has a long sleeve shirt where the sleeves fit, they're long enough. Pants where the pants are long enough. And then basically I will just compare all the clothes that he has in his drawers to these ones that I already know fit, and then anything that is smaller than that I know can be stored away for their brothers, donated, whatever the case may be. Now I have a problem. I used to do where each of the boys would only have like 10 of something, so they would only have 10 shirts or 10 shorts or 10 pants or whatever. I feel like long sleeve shirts and pants, they kind of stick to that. But with shirts and shorts, they wear them all year round. And anytime I find like good deals at Goodwill or even Walmart, sometimes if they're on sale, I have a hard time saying no, especially when it's really good shape or if it's something that's a brand name and a really good deal. And so they just have too many. Honestly, like they probably only go through like the top layer in like their shirts and shorts, and so I do need to get rid of some of those, especially ones that no longer fit or I feel like I never see them wear. So since they are not here, I am going to put anything that still would fit but I don't think they're gonna wear into like a maybe pile, and then they can go through those when they get home and decide like what they want to keep, what they want to get rid of. All right, so now we are left with maybe. Luke will end up going through these when he gets home from school, and then these are the ones that don't fit, so we'll end up packing those away because I think those are in good shape, and they're not quite gonna fit Liam, but they will fit him in the next year or so. I forget, it's always sad when I do Noah's clothes now because we're done having kids, and so instead of like passing on the clothes, which isn't so sad, I just have to get rid of them. Thankfully we have a neighbor down the road that she has 3 little boys also, and so she can use them, but sad. All right, for Noah, these are the ones that I'm going to ask him about. Some are like on the verge of fitting or not, so I'm gonna maybe quickly like double check them, and then some I just feel like he never picks. So I'm gonna ask if he wants those, and then these are the ones that we are going to give to a friend or donate because they no longer fit. We're driving cars on a Mars tonight. We're blasting off to the stars tonight. These are the ones we're gonna keep for now. And then these ones we're getting rid of, but they are like not in good shape, like all torn up. So I think we're just going to get rid of these ones.
Stuck in the middle of coming inside and walking out. Just stay for a little. You say as you close the door behind me, look in the mirror, hearing you whisper in my ear. Say, are you a sinner or a beginner? Yeah, let's get unpredictable tonight. You and me and vodka call a lie. And I'm putting myself in situations, standing on my own. They say that you love a confrontation, and that everybody knows your white lies, white scars, warm nights, bad bars, burning me up, you're burning me up.
All right, you know I cannot pass up sharing some real life moments of how messy our home really is. If you're looking around your home and you're comparing it to those Instagram houses that are perfect and everything is in its place, just know that's not true reality. And I'm here to share the reality of things with you. Things are not always beautiful, things are not always perfect, but we can make them better. We can clean things up, get it organized, and that's exactly what we're doing today. This is something we're gonna work on in just a few. So let's set this aside, but we'll be coming back to it.
Confrontation, and that everybody knows your white lies, white scars, warm nights, bad bars, burning me up, you're burning me up. Yeah, you're burning me up. White lies and scars. Yeah, let's get unpredictable tonight. You and me and vodka cola light.
Okay, I just want to show you these. I just ordered them and I got them in the mail, I think yesterday. So they are flour sack kitchen towels. I'll link them below. I hate using paper towels and I've tried different options. Basically, I want to use these flour sack towels in place of regular paper towels because you can just wash them. My mom actually has some of these and I love using them at her house. They're really good size. They're very thin, but they're also pretty absorbent. And I feel like these will be perfect just to use as you would a paper towel. Then you can toss them in the wash. I'm just always trying to find ways to waste less. So anyway, I'm really excited for these. I'm going to have to figure out exactly where I'm going to put a dirty bin for them, just because I want it to be really functional. And so I want it to be easy to throw things away. But I did want to show you guys those and I'll update you guys how it's going with these, but I have high hopes for them. Anyway, I'm gonna put these away, but I wanted to show you guys that. Also, I wanted to mention I love these Molly suds for keeping our clothes white. I have used them for years and years and years. I have found them on Amazon, but they are a lot more expensive than when I find them on Grove Collaborative. So I typically will buy in bulk when I go on Grove Collaborative and get that good deal. So I will leave a link down below for them. But if you're looking for something to whiten your whites, look no further. This powder is amazing.
like I know you. We love the same things. You want a house in Malibu. Are you feeling the same way I do? Are you feeling the same way I do? You said that you needed me like a cargo, you will carry me. I just hope you know my depth, even though it makes no sense. Sometimes I'm broken, too much of emotion. Sometimes I'm the lightning, don't wanna pick a fight with. Everything seems so good. I guess I can't help myself. Would you call me if I'm in the dark? I'm calling up 'cause I'm right under the stars. Would you?
Oh my gosh, I love a good sink cleaning. Call me weird, call me whatever. I don't know if this is like a normal thing, but to me it is so satisfying to not only clean my sink, but even to like watch a sink be cleaned. It's just so satisfying, and I feel like it actually makes our kitchen feel a lot more clean once I get the sink cleaned. And I didn't actually do this today, but typically I will drop a few drops of essential oils down the drain just to freshen up the sink. And if you are finding that your sink is having a little extra smell to it, try that trick out. It works amazingly.
Someone that I knew. I just hope you won't get hurt.
We have had this stove for about a month or so. We cook on it every single night, and I have not had to use a cleaner on it at all yet. So right here you can see I am literally cleaning with my e-cloth and just water, and then I'm going back through with my bloom towel and drying it all off, and it is coming out perfect. I have honestly just been so impressed with the induction cooktop, not only for cleanup obviously, but actually just with the precision in cooking. It feels a lot like gas, and we have just been over the moon about it. Also, do you see that extremely unfinished backsplash behind the counter? You can go ahead and say goodbye to that because we are going to be tackling that this week. We are going to be picking our backsplash over on our vlog channel this week, and we are going to be installing it ourselves, and you will see that in next Monday's video. So wish us luck and stay tuned for that. I'm loving seeing everything kind of come together, but also, I did want to mention, is our kitchen at this point of the remodel kind of reminding you of our Utah home? I feel like the further into this kitchen renovation that we get, it is feeling more and more like our Utah kitchen, and I'm not hating it. We totally love that kitchen, but it's funny because we obviously have a style, and that must be what it is.
Everything seems so good. I guess I can't help myself. Would you call me if I'm in the dark? I'm calling up 'cause I'm right under the stars. Would you run on me leaving this mark? But baby, I'm the one who's breaking hearts, one who's breaking hearts.
We run away, so get us up when we're low. Just chase the waves, we'll make it up as we go. If you're heavy, I'll show you where to go. Won't you set free? Behind the time for love, we run away.
Okay, so we are about to get into all the meals, produce prep and meal prep, all this stuff. I'm also gonna be making some freezer meals, so yummy. But I'm first going to basically prep out like a lemonade stand kit. During the summer, the boys want to do like 1,000 lemonade stands but getting everything together for it is our holdup. Once I set this up once, it's going to be easy. Oh yeah, you want to do a lemonade stand? Sure, you know, we can go down, sit for lemonade, but it's like we don't have to do all the prep work of it. All we have to do basically is make the lemonade, put it in the jar, and take our stuff and go. It's almost like summer prep versus meal prep. Like we're doing a little bit now so we can do a lot more later. All right, next we are going to be making 3 different freezer meals. That is another one of my goals for this summer, is to have at least 2 to 3 freezer meals at all times in my freezer. So everything is actually gonna come from this freezer dump dinner, freezer friendly dump dinners. I will link it down below. It's just a cookbook. There's no pictures, it's not really fancy, but there's a ton of different options in here for freezer meals. So if you struggle with like figuring out what freezer meals to make, definitely recommend that one. So today we are going to put together barbecue chicken, street tacos, Hawaiian chicken sandwiches, and then island chicken, which can go over rice. Now, obviously I'm not gonna be making the sandwiches, but I'm just gonna be making like all the filling for that. And then the day that we decide to have that, you can just take it out the night before or take it out for a little bit and defrost it and then pop it into your slow cooker. And a lot of times when we have sandwiches like that, I'll end up just eating it over a salad, but a lot of these are very versatile. It's just very simple things that we can go ahead and put together now so that later we can save money, eat healthier, and, you know, avoid some extra chaos. This first one is going to be the barbecue chicken street tacos. So you'll need chicken breast, some barbecue sauce, a can of black beans, and a red onion. So I don't make freezer meals as often as I would like to, but when I do make them, I do try to make a couple at a time, either like 2 or 3 of the same meal, or I'll make like this where I'm able to get like 1 big pack of chicken and I can use that pack for multiple meals. That way I'm not wasting, I'm not having to buy like a ton of really special things, and it just makes it easier. Also, these little guys, they fold down flat and obviously go back in. They're really nice for making freezer meals. I got them in a pack of 6. I figure I only ever need 2, so I did get rid of the other ones, but you can, I'll link them down below. They are really awesome for like keeping your bag open when you're making freezer meals. So first I'm just going to make the barbecue chicken street tacos. So I'm going to put basically 2 of these chicken breasts. The recipe calls for 4 small boneless ones, but these are pretty big ones, so I think this will be great. I'm going to add in 1 cup of drained and rinsed black beans, along with 2 cups of barbecue sauce. You can use whatever one you like. And then the last thing that I need for this one is just a small onion, or I'm gonna go ahead and chop up this big onion, and I'll just use half of it. Add that right in. And then I just like to kind of move everything around because it's going to be frozen, so you want to make sure like all those flavors get pushed together, and then you're set. One tip for this is I do like to store them flat so that it will store in your freezer really easily and not take up a ton of extra space. And then for the shredded Hawaiian chicken sandwiches, you're going to need chicken breast, barbecue sauce, crushed pineapples, and a red onion. So we are going to start again with 2 chicken breasts right in the bottom. Then I'm going to add in half a cup of barbecue sauce. Then you're going to add in 1 can of crushed pineapples. Do not drain this because you want that yummy juice. We're going to need to chop another either small red onion or half of a large onion. Pop that right in there. Get as much air out as you can. And then mix it all up and then flatten it out. And then for the island chicken that you'll kind of put over rice or something, you'll need chicken breast, brown sugar, pineapple slices, some cumin, some paprika, and then you'll also need some orange juice, about 1 cup of orange juice. You can use fresh or, you know, a jar of it. And then you'll also need half a cup of lime juice. And I always recommend using real limes just because you're going to get such a better flavor. So once again, we are going to add 2 of these large chicken breasts into the bottom of the bag. Do you see how nice this little holder is? It just makes it so convenient. First, we're gonna start with the brown sugar. And if you guys have a good tip that actually works with brown sugar, like not getting hard, I just added some in like not long ago, and it's already so hard again. I've tried like the marshmallow, that didn't seem to work very well. We'll call that good. 1/4 cup of brown sugar, 1 tablespoon of cumin, and then we're going to add in 1 teaspoon of paprika, 1 cup of orange juice. Again, you can use the orange juice like from a jar, or you can use fresh. And then you'll need 1/4 cup of lime juice. I always recommend using fresh limes and lemons when you can, because I just feel like the jar lime and lemon juice never tastes the same. Also, a quick little tip, when you're juicing citrus, if you spend a minute and roll it, it just kind of like releases all that juice from the inside. And then when you go to juice it, a lot more comes out a lot easier. We are just going to add the pineapple slices, and we're not going to drain this or anything because again, you want that good juice. All right, since I plan to prep out a bunch of produce and several meals and things, I really needed to just very quickly go through my fridge, pull out any of the items that maybe have gone bad, and especially pull out everything that I'm going to be prepping. That way I can put it all back in there and I'll have room and a nice clear space to kind of organize it all. So a few of these things are for some recipes that I'm gonna share with you guys. Pretty much all of that is produce that I just want to prep out, and then a few of these are like random things, so those will just go back in the fridge. But for now, I'm just gonna set them out and then I will put them back. But I kind of cleared out some spots so that I can put my organized food in there and make it a lot nicer to open this fridge and get what you're looking for. Okay, so next we are going to be prepping out some produce and just doing like food prep, meal prep in general for the week. So typically I will meal prep or food prep usually once a week. I usually do it like when we get our groceries, but I don't ever have like a really specific way I do it when I don't have things totally planned out, especially during summer when it's a little bit more chaotic. Things don't happen so smoothly. So I went ahead and made a food prep checklist. I just made it up on our computer, so I'll try to link this for you guys on our website. This is going to be like exactly what I like to do, kind of broken down, but if you want to do things differently, then I also made up like a blank one that you can use, and hopefully that will help you out too. So I like to have one meal in the fridge. That could be like a rice dish, like my jambalaya that I've shared. It could just be shredded meat, like what we're making today. There's lots of different ideas, and basically inside the boxes I just put different ideas. And then I also like to have veggie trays. So I got these from Amazon. I love them. They are airtight. It actually has these 4 little compartments. Take the carrots out, enjoy it with the hummus, put it back when you're done. If everyone's wanting to snack around the TV or something, like you can take this whole tray out, snack on it, put the lid back when you're done. It has worked out so well for our family. So I do have 2 of them and we use them constantly. And I've noticed when I don't have them prepped out in here, we just don't grab for the veggies. I like to have 2 veggie trays made up. So in there I have carrots, cucumbers, broccoli, peppers, celery, whatever we have. And then I like to have 1 to 2 containers of fruit, 1 grain or carb prepped out. So that could be rice, like brown rice, quinoa, sweet potatoes, cooked pinto beans, things like that. Basically things that can kind of like fill up your meals a little bit. So I also like to have 1 healthy snack. So that could be like oat bites. I've shared, I think, multiple oat bite recipes on my channel. I do mini muffins. I think I shared that recipe in a recent homemaking video you can look up. Even like just smoothie bags. You can basically take like frozen fruit, spinach, whatever, pop it in there, and then all you have to do to have a smoothie is just dump it in with some either yogurt or milk or water or whatever. And then the other thing that I like to do is a green salad. I will always have green salad in our fridge pretty much. I sometimes like to have hard-boiled eggs, overnight oats or chia pudding, and then ranch dressing I like to have also. And then I did put a section for notes so that like as I'm doing this throughout the summer, if I'm realizing, oh, you know, I really like to have this, or I really don't need, you know, 2 things of fruit prepped, like I can write those notes and then adjust this accordingly. So all that to say, this is my food prep checklist, and I think it's going to make things a lot easier and a lot more organized during the busy summer. That little egg cooker is amazing, and honestly I really love it for our kids because they're able to make eggs themselves that way. Totally not a necessary thing, but something that I totally feel is worth having in your kitchen if you cook hard-boiled eggs very often at all. But also I did want to mention this new strainer bowl. I will link it down below along with everything else that I'm using in today's video. And if I forget to link something, let me know in the comments and I'll try to find that for you. But I love this little strainer. It's worked really, really well. And I also wanted to mention, I started like a while back, I don't remember when, but quite a while back, I stopped pulling all of the grapes off the stems and instead I kind of cut them into bunches. And I feel like it, 1, takes a lot less time to prep, and 2, it's just actually a lot easier. You can just grab a little bunch versus having to get a bowl and picking out like how many grapes you want. I feel like it's just all around a better system. While the rice is cooking and the eggs are hard boiling, we are going to make some ranch. I have shared this on the channel several times, but in case if you haven't ever tried it or you haven't seen it or you're new here, I'm going to share it again today. This is like my go-to ranch. It is dairy-free because it turns out a lot of mayos, whatever, are dairy-free, and since I typically will eat it dairy-free, that's what I use. I actually prefer this ranch to other ranches anyway, plus I love dill and I can add a little bit extra in this, so that is what I'm going to make. So for this, you are going to need a little bit of milk, and then you'll need some garlic pepper or garlic powder, some onion powder, some dried dill, dried parsley, salt and pepper to taste, some apple cider vinegar. However, I have used regular white vinegar. If you don't have any, it's just a little bit more of a strong taste. And then the base for this recipe is going to be mayonnaise, so you can use whatever one you have on hand. Okay, to make this, we are going to start by adding in 1 cup of mayonnaise. Now, I actually love using mason jars because it does have like a measurement on the side, so I don't even have to bother measuring that out. Actually, you know what? There's like literally not a lot of mayonnaise left. I'm just gonna make it in the mayonnaise jar. Next, we're going to add in 1 tablespoon of dried parsley, along with 1 teaspoon of garlic pepper or garlic powder, or half a teaspoon of dill, or I like to add in a little extra, so I'm gonna do like a full teaspoon of dill. Then we're going to add in 1 teaspoon of onion powder, about 2 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar. And then how much milk you add is going to depend on like how thick you want your recipe. So I would say between 4 to 6 tablespoons. I will usually do 4, maybe 5, just so that it's like thick enough to kind of make as a dip, but also thin enough to pour over a salad or something. Like shake it up in here. This makes it really easier, like a lot easier than doing it in a bowl. And then of course you're gonna wanna add salt and pepper to taste. I've made this a lot, so I typically am pretty good now about like knowing how much to add, but we'll try this out. I'm actually thinking that I might want to trade out our smaller salad spinner and replace it with a larger one. That way I don't have to do as many batches to get like a full salad. But anyway, I'm just going ahead and cutting up all the lettuce and washing that off. Now, lots of times I actually will add in like shredded carrots, bell peppers, green onions, that kind of thing, and just add that on top of the salad. But today we are doing just a straight up green salad, and we can add things on top throughout the week if we want. Look how gross that produce water is. I'm thankful that I got it all cleaned off because I do not want everyone eating all that. I've shared a lot of overnight oats here on the channel. So I'm sure you guys have seen a lot of those different recipes. There's like a million different variations, but this is going to be chia seed pudding. So it's kind of like the same idea. It's eaten cold, but I'm gonna show you like the base recipe for this. And then you can basically add whatever like toppings, like fruit toppings, whatever you want. And then you can also make it chocolate chia seed pudding just by adding a little bit of cocoa powder in there. So yummy. So for the base recipe, you're going to need, of course, chia seeds and then some kind of milk. So either like using almond milk, oat milk, or coconut milk. Then this is optional, but if you want it a little sweet, you can add in some maple syrup. And then this is also optional, but you can add in some vanilla extract if you want. It's so yummy this way. Basically today we are just going to be making like the base recipe, and then I'll add in some fruit on top. So I have frozen mango chunks today, and then I also have some frozen cherries. One of my favorites is peaches. Another one is just like adding berries on there. Like I said, you can do chocolate. Once I'm ready to pull it out of the fridge, I will add my coconut on there. So for the base recipe, you're going to add in 2 tablespoons of chia seeds. And then to that, you're going to add in half a cup of whatever milk you want. Half a teaspoon of vanilla extract if you want, and about 1 teaspoon of maple syrup. And then you're just gonna give that a little stir. Then to these, I'm just going to add some of the different fruits. The next thing we are going to make is like a Greek-inspired quinoa salad. I've been really into quinoa salads lately, and I feel like they're perfect for summer. So for this recipe, you are going to need some quinoa. I went ahead and made some quinoa last night so that it could chill in the fridge. So I have about 2 cups of cooked quinoa. You're going to need an English cucumber, part of a small red onion, some cherry or grape tomatoes. You'll also need some feta cheese, Guatemala olives, so yummy, some red wine vinegar, some minced garlic. You can do fresh or jarred like I always do. Some lemon juice. Again, you can use it in the container or you can do fresh. I always go for fresh if I can. Some olive oil and and salt and pepper.
When you come, everything just turns around. I get stunned by your drum. I follow you into the sun.
Of course, we're gonna start by prepping out our produce, which isn't a lot, but we're just going to chop up the onion, slice and dice up the cucumber, and then slice up the cherry tomatoes. Next, we're gonna go ahead and just add all of our quinoa and everything that we chopped up into a mixing bowl, and we'll mix that up really good, and then we'll make the quick little dressing.
Wait a second.
Okay, so we're gonna start out with maybe like between 1/3 and 1/4 cup of olive oil. Then you're going to add in 3 tablespoons of red wine vinegar. And then we are going to add in some garlic, the juice of half a lemon. And then you're just going to add in a little salt and pepper. A good stir. We'll just pour it right on.
I wanna stay up late with my heart in your head. Maybe stay too much, cause you don't understand. You got me gone. You don't understand. You got me gone. But sometimes I might be a bit selfish when you way too humble. Might be overzealous, getting you in trouble. Cause I'm a little bit unsteady, even a little bit mad. Might be a disaster, or just the best you've ever had. Or just the best you've ever had. Cause I'm a little bit unsteady, even a little bit mad. Might be a disaster. When I'm with you, I feel different, like I'm brand new. Let's ignore it. Still, it feels just like I'm waiting for something better.
All right, I am going to quickly put all this in the fridge because I have to run, go pick up a Facebook Marketplace find. You guys will see that in, I think, next week's video is what I'm planning to actually work on that. The Carolina barbecue is still heating up, so when I cook that, or when I like prepare it for dinner, I'll show you the rest of that recipe. And then I also have a yummy smoothie that I think I'm gonna make tonight, and I'll show you that as well. So I will see you guys in just a few.
Life goes up and it goes down. I know my mom taught me that. I figured why we fool around so little, and we keep track of time, being so serious. Idiots thinking it will matter, keep me company downtown before the clock runs out. Sun is shining, but the rain is welcome too. Friends are nearby, don't need another view. Time is not on my mind, but then it's you. Oh, I love it when the love comes around, and then I remember all things must pass. But I'm not gonna wake up, wake up. I'm not ready, let me have another day. Don't wake up, wake up. Keep it steady, cause I'm happy, I'm not gonna wake up. No, not yet, whoa. No, not yet, whoa. No, not yet, whoa. I'm afraid I'll end up nowhere. They keep saying I'll be fine, but how you know that I'll be there? When
I am back from picking up the Facebook Marketplace find. So this is all done cooking. So good, it's gonna be amazing. So it's all ready to shred. So basically what we're gonna do is take this out, reserve 2 cups of liquid. We're going to shred all of the pork, and then we'll add in those other ingredients into the hot liquid, let that kind of stir together, and then we'll add the pork right back in, and it will just have like the most delicious flavor. I love Carolina barbecue.
they keep saying I'll be fine, but how you when it feels like I'm lying every time someone asks how it goes, and I save the details that actually mean something.
Okay, now to this hot liquid, we are going to add about 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. So I'm gonna add a couple of little chunks because my brown sugar is really hard and crunchy. Okay, and then depending like how hot you want this or how not hot you want this, like add more or less. I'm gonna do almost a tablespoon of this Frank's Red Hot Sauce. I'm gonna do just like a pinch because you can always add a little more of cayenne pepper and then a little bit of red pepper flake. So now we're just gonna stir that up and then we'll add all of that pork back into there and give that a good stir. So that is how it's looking, and now I'm just going to let this continue to cook on low until we're ready to eat, but first we're gonna do a smoothie.
Spinning like a broken record. For a player, you don't know that many major chords. We hang out in many.
So to start with the smoothie, we are going to add a lot of spinach. You can add however much or however little you want, but you really don't taste it at all. And so I just like to pack it in, but I will suggest putting in the spinach first so that it has time to like really get blended out the most down there and you don't have like leaves of spinach. And also this is like not a measurement at all with this, but like I'm gonna make this for my entire family. Then you're going to want to add a banana or an avocado. Avocado basically does the same thing as a banana, it just makes it really nice and creamy. Don't shy away from avocado, like you cannot taste the avocado at all. Next we're going to add in some almond butter. You don't have to do this, but this is something that kind of gives you some healthy fats in your smoothie and it makes it a lot more satiating. Then we're going to add in some frozen mangoes. You can also add in like some peaches, just whatever kind of fruit you have. And then I'm going to go between adding some coconut and almond milk, but you really do want this fruit to be frozen because that's what's going to make it really nice and cold. If you don't have frozen fruit, you'll want to add some ice.
You come back and say I'm sorry, boo, and I know you never mean it, gets you in though. Did you call me cause you had to? Cause you know I'd throw your suitcase out the window. I don't need you here to feel good. No, I'm not angry, I got better things to do. Tell your friends I will be just fine. Don't need no therapist, there's nothing like wine.
Oh my gosh, I have to mention, I got these cups about a month ago from Temu and I just cannot get over how cute they are. They're totally my favorite way to enjoy smoothies. It obviously doesn't make them taste any different, but it's just the little things and I love these cups. If you try any of these recipes, tag me over on Instagram or Facebook. Let me know what you try and how you like them. And also, if you like these recipes, definitely check out my homemaking playlist. I will have it linked down below in the description box. But in those videos, there are hundreds of easy, family-friendly recipes just like these. And if you're needing some more recipe inspiration, that's definitely the place to go. But right here, you can see I'm just plating up our dinner, the Carolina barbecue, and I am actually having it on top of a salad, and everyone else is having it on a sandwich. Either way, it's so yummy. And also, I did forget to mention earlier on in the video, however, the recipe card does reflect this. I usually will add in liquid smoke when I'm cooking the meat, and I completely spaced it. It was still good, but I definitely missed it. But I feel like that just kind of gives it that rustic barbecue flavor. So when you make this dish, be sure to add in some liquid smoke and you'll love it. I will see you in next week's house projects video. We are doing so much to our kitchen next week, and of course a few little things around the house as well, but I will link more homemaking videos right here if you want some more cleaning motivation, if you need some more recipes, if you just want someone to hang out with. I'm here, I'm your girl. As always, thank you so much for being here. Make sure to subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.